So this reading is for the late bloomers like me, and we're gonna find out together why we haven't achieved our dreams yet, or the title's gonna be why you haven't achieved your dreams yet. And this is gonna be quite the honest reading, and hopefully it contains some helpful advice and clarity. So pile 1 is the rejection card, pile 2 is soulmate card, and pile number 3 is growth card. So please choose your piles and see you in your piles. So pile 1, this is your reading, and first of all, it's quite clear that you have faced a lot of difficulties in your life, perhaps a lot of loneliness and isolation, or the sense of feeling different from the rest, or being othered, when you're treated like you're not a human being by everyone around you. So when you've been othered, right, you're treated like you're different, or you're just interacted with in a way that just it may have made it clear to you in your heart that they're not treating you like they would treat other people. So this is giving me but you don't have to be, it's giving me neurodivergent. Maybe you're neurodivergent and these people around you are all neurotypicals who have a lack of understanding of people who are neurodivergent, who do think differently or have a few differences, but we're all human at the end of the day. And so the past energy feels heavy. There's rejection trauma here of just being forced to kind of isolate and be solitary, because it's either people just couldn't understand you, so they'd feel threatened by you and they'd want to take you down. And maybe you've been made to feel like you were too strange, or you were too alien to be part of them. But it has been confirmed here, yes, you do see things quite differently, and it seems that if you relate to this, you're very creative on the inside, and you see the world in a way that is, different, not like a bad thing, right, but different from the rest. You can pick up on more things, or I don't know, you have a unique perspective on things. And so it seems like what's holding you back is that pain that was in the past. And it's also you're meant for more success, or you were meant to do greater things than anyone in your environment could be. Although I'm not saying this in this is a competition sort of way, but in the sense that you clearly stood out, and from the beginning, even if you weren't sure of yourself, you really stood out brilliantly here, and was so radiant and full of light. And so at some point you have to leave the past behind, after facing yourself, coming to terms with everything that's happened, and choosing yourself. So run towards you choosing yourself, choosing to live your life in the truest way possible to you, and being open to leaving this past behind and having a reset, you know, just starting over. You decide who you want to be. So, Power One, your advice here is to really take action and move on after confronting everything that happened in the past. And because facing your true feelings is the only way to fully process everything that's happened and realize that, you know, the past doesn't make your future. And I think I've said this like so many times, it's come up. It's like, let go of that past and literally start anew and decide you are worthy, you are enough just as you are. You don't have to prove it to your haters. You don't have to prove it to the people in your past. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You can literally just go for it. Just do it. And yeah, that's all for part 1. Now will be part 2's reading. So part 2, if you've picked the soulmate card, this is your reading. It seems like definitely there seems to be this delay in you achieving your dream, and it's partly okay, so it looks like it's subconscious. For some reason it seems like you're holding back from what it is you truly want, and you're feeling very much weighed down by the way you are doing things currently. Maybe you work too hard and then you end up burning yourself out, which leads to you feeling stuck here. So you feel like the harder you tried, or this was a past energy, you felt like the harder you tried, the more difficult it would get for you to stay motivated. So you would just like crash and burn, and by the time you start again, you know, the idea has already gone off, or you feel like you just are no longer aligned with it, or your heart is not in it. And so this seems to also be a lack of trust to surrender to divine timing, or you felt like you had to just do everything all at once, and that would be too overwhelming for you. So just take this how it resonates. So overall, it's like you're being called to truly follow your heart and not just this mental script of what you think is gonna happen. Because this guy in the soulmate card, he was assuming things about his partner, like that, you know, they were gonna get into an argument, they were getting ready to leave each other, and he thought she'd say, oh, how could you do this to me? But she, you know what she said? I love you. And like that surprised him so much, that opened up his heart. And then, you know, in the story, like they get back together, basically. So he knows the extent of her true feelings and also his own feelings as well. So like, yeah, it's like maybe you overthink, and that keeps you mentally trapped. You overthink about how you're gonna get your dreams. You get overly specific with the details to the point where you might feel overwhelmed by it, and you're just being called to just take a quick break and take some time to sit with yourself and realize your own abilities, realize what you have to offer, and that there's so much you already have that you can put out there and share, you know. And it's like, yeah, this seems to be self-sabotage and mental limitations, as in maybe you are afraid of achieving this dream because you think it's just gonna change everything. it will, be like mind melting, or whatever it is. You won't be able to handle just how drastically your life improves. But yeah, that's all to do with fear and the fact that your psyche or your subconscious mind, it wants you to stay the same, really, so that it can make you feel comfortable. And we're both creatures of habit and also creatures of comfort. Like, we just love to stay comfortable no matter what. But that's not very good for growth and learning and actually living a fulfilling life. You need to be willing to take some risks from time to time to get what you want. And yeah, it's like a part of you on the inside just shuts down about your dream. You might think, oh, it's too difficult, or it will change just too much around you. But you need to actually, this is one advice that helped me so much. You need to actually take action before you feel fully ready, before you feel fully confident, because the confidence will come as long as you keep showing up and you're just being consistent with it. That's when the confidence and the self-belief will naturally start to arrive. And that's when you'll be able to align yourself with your true path here. Because it seems like currently you're just feeling over it, you feel too tired, you just feel very much a pessimist when it comes to your own dream. Okay, but I will just find out what's the final piece of advice you need in order to move forward and really break these limiting beliefs. Okay, so this is your advice, pal 2. It's gonna be quite challenging, but it's very clear that you have a lot of limiting beliefs about your dream that you need to work on. Somehow, deep down inside, you just don't believe you're good enough for it. You don't believe you deserve to have your dream in the first place and live that life that you want. And it's like, just start showing up little by little and take tiny little baby steps towards your future here and never give up. And it's like you're protecting yourself, you're in defensive mode from actually receiving the blessings from your dreams, or you are holding yourself back a lot from what it is you truly deserve, but are too afraid to go for it. And yeah, it's like you have a lot to heal within yourself, if you resonate with this. And you just have to they're taking these steps forward, you just need to keep moving, in a sense, like keep showing up consistently, and then over time you will start to heal more. It's not that, one last thing that it just popped into my mind, right? It's very revolutionary, but hear this out. It's like a lot of us, and including myself in the past, right, we'd just wait for the right moment. We'd wait until we're like fully healed and everything's perfectly put together before we make the move in the right direction. When really you're supposed to step forward now, step by step, in order to get close to what it is you want. And you just need to show up consistently. And that's the secret to it. It's not like the most talented person is the one that wins everything in life. No, it's actually the person that shows up. They may be less talented, but they show up way more. They're way more consistent and they never give up. Eventually, they'll get it. They'll get there. So that's it for you, pile number 2. Hopefully this was helpful, and now will be pile number 3's reading. So pile 3, this is your reading if you picked the growth card. And based on the cards here, this does seem very different from the first two piles. It's like, this may sound strange, but it's like the reason why your dreams have not come true fully yet is that you seem to want many things. You want to achieve so many things, and you have your eye on like everything, to the point where you start feeling bad because you feel like you're begging it, you're asking for too much, when really this is a limiting belief. It's like it comes from a scarcity mindset, most likely, to where you feel like there's only a few limited resources or limited spots for you. Or you may have that sense of pressure to where you're constantly trying to look for new opportunities and see where the grass is greener, but it's like you may be going round in circles, just trying to decide what you actually want for your dreams. So it's like you don't just want one small thing. It seems you have like a huge vision and you want to do so many things. But at the same time, you seem to have more of a limiting mindset rather than embracing a growth mindset, being open to growing and learning as you go along. You need to make yourself more open to adventure, just trying something out, picking one thing, but it doesn't mean, yes, one thing at a time, but it doesn't mean you limit yourself to that one thing forever. So it's like, if you have too many things you're trying to juggle all at once, then most likely you will move extremely slowly. Whereas if you were to just prioritize, say, all right, I'm just going to focus for now on this one manifestation or this one goal, and then when that starts to stick, then this one, then that one, then this one, if you see what I mean. So we're gonna find out some more about this. So wow, pile 3, honestly, like, okay, yeah, that sounded sarcastic, but I just said wow. Honestly, all you need to do is really just say, fuck it, like, start fresh, start new. Know that you have everything, all the abilities and skills you could ever want within you, waiting to be unlocked, lessons waiting to be learned. But you can't do everything all at once. I mean, no one can. And so you have to really choose, decide. This is all about choices. This is about taking that leap as soon as inspiration hits, actually writing it down, actually saying it out loud, actually putting it into real plan. And most importantly, never ever settle for less, because this growth card, along with the King of Pentacles card, is making me feel like stand tall and stand true to yourself, no matter what these haters or hidden enemies or weirdos have to say about it. Like, yes, you can do it all, just not all at once, all at the same time. And you heard that from me, for real. It's like, I also relate to this. It's like, I too want to do a lot of things, but I've realized I shouldn't overwhelm myself by trying to do like 20 tasks all at once. Say, oh, I want to do this, but I want to do this, but then I want to do that. Oh, what about this from last year? But then what about this project from last month? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, just pick one that feels right and aligns the most of your heart. Then while the idea is fresh, just act on it. Just, don't worry about, oh, but it's a rubbish idea. Oh, but it's cringe. Oh, and this isn't worth me acting on, that's all coming from limiting beliefs here. So is whatever idea you have, write it down. And I've started doing this. Write it down, and then it literally could be a couple days later, or even less, you find some more inspiration, you add to it, and then before you know it, you have something fully fleshed out for you. And it's so much easier to take that leap of faith and take action. And now I'm going to flip the cards for one final advice before finishing the reading of what can you start doing right now to decide, like, here and now. So power number 3, your final advice is literally to just decide to go your own way. Like, ignore all these outside voices for now, just for now. You choose to do something personal to you that you want to do, that is true to your heart, and stand tall no matter what anyone has to say about it. Avoid sharing your ideas with others too early, because most people really don't have a growth mindset. They're gonna try to discourage you, or they're just gonna say something like, oh, it's too unrealistic, oh, this, that, and the other, or how are you gonna do this, and how are you gonna do that, and oh, I could never, ignore them. And literally don't tell anyone anything you're trying to do. Just start the creative project, just start the project. Don't involve anyone, and get ready to receive all the good blessings in your life. And that's all I have for you, power number 3. Hope you enjoyed this reading, and see you in the next one.